Hello, this is William Hemphill from Faith and Family Empowerment. And I want to talk to you today from the subject, who are your friends? Who are your friends? And I want to share two stories to kind of emphasize this point about the importance of our friends, their character, and how they either affirm us or could tear us down or harm us. First story is this. Was working with a young man one time. He'd been married somewhere between 10, 20 plus years. He had gone out of town on a business trip, and this business trip happened to be in his hometown. And so he met up with a friend of his in the hometown, and they were trading, memories back and forth, and they decided to go hang out at a bar together. They went to hang out at the bar, and his friend sees this young lady, and he's like, "Ooh, man, I really like to get to know her. She's hot. She looks great. I really want to know her." Only problem is this young lady also had a friend. And so he told his friend, "Hey, you know what? Man, come over with me to that table because I really want to get this know young lady over there." So they decide to go to the table. They're talking, they're having fellowship, they're connecting, they're doing real good. Short story is both couples end up going to hotel rooms and spending the night and being intimate. Now, his friend was single, but he was married, which meant that he violated a covenant boundary and he was in some trouble. He goes back home, his wife finds out, and his relationship ends up being in jeopardy. That's story number one. Story number two, another young person I was working with, young man. He'd been married about 10 to 20 years, same kind of time frame. He'd been having some struggles in his marriage and he was doing some work on that. He went to an event, and at this event, he saw someone he knew, had known from back in the day, as they say, whether it was college or something else. They're talking, they're vibing, they're getting along. They exchange numbers. They keep talking, they're getting along well. This young lady invites this man out to dinner somewhere. This young man is having a conversation with his friend, and he's telling him about the situation. And his friend says, "Hey, man, let me know how the sex goes." The young man said, "What?" I said, "Let me know how the sex goes," which was interesting because that young man knew in that moment that his friend was holding him accountable. His friend was telling him by making that statement, "Hey, if you go to this dinner, you might violate your marriage. If you go to this dinner, you're putting yourself in a situation where temptation could get the best of you." And so the young man heeded that and he did not go to that dinner. Here's the question I have for you. Which friend was the better friend? Which friend was the better friend? When we think about friendships, we want people who respect us as people, respect our calling and mission that God has for us, respect our relationships, respect our marriage, and respect our family. The first friend in the first story did not respect the marriage of the other friend. He was only caring about himself and how he could get a one night stand and hook up. And so he brought his friend into trouble. In the second story, the second friend cared enough about his friend to say, "Hey, man, you don't need to be doing this. Stay away from it." Which friend was better? The one who helped the husband support and stay in his marriage was the better friend. So as we look at our relationships, I ask us the question, who is our friend? Who is our friend? What is their character like? And should I have relationships with them? Here's a key. If they're supporting our family, if they're supporting our marriage relationship, if they're helping us walk toward the purpose of God in our lives, and they treat us with respect, dignity, and honor, they're friends we should keep. If they are people who will challenge us to continue to grow as people, they're friends we should keep. If they're friends who will protect us in times of trouble, they're friends we should keep. And if they're friends who will confront us and challenge us when we attempted to go astray, they are friends we should keep. This is William Hemphill, thanking you for joining me today. If you have any comments, please list them below. If you have any questions, please list them below. Take care and have a wonderful